The trend for core training these days is to do it with low-load static exercises. Because of this, one of the most underrated core exercises goes underused. This exercise is side bends, or more specifically, heavy side bends. When people usually do this exercise, they do it with low weight and then stop at an arbitrary rep number because they're bored or because they're dizzy just from going back and forth so many times. Or sometimes they do it as part of a full ab circuit. That's just inefficient to build a strong core that can either resist a lot of force or produce a lot of force. That would also be like running 5Ks in order to build up big and powerful legs. If you want a strong core, you need to load it. And this is especially important in sports when you need to either create or resist high forces. If you need to throw something as hard as you can, lift something as heavy as you can, resist getting tackled, resist getting taken down, tackle someone, take someone down, then you need to be able to produce or resist extremely high forces. And those ab circuits and side planks just aren't going to cut it. And honestly, it's kind of a waste of time and you're just building up extra fatigue when you could be doing heavy weights and getting really strong. Okay, why side bends? Well, side bends are pretty easy to perform and they're very easy to load up to a heavier weight as long as you have a strap that you can use for the bar. In addition to it being easy to load it up heavy, it's also a dynamic exercise instead of a static exercise like a plank. This means that you're going through a full range of motion, so your body's also getting used to being in those awkward positions and used to producing force in those awkward positions. You're going to come up a lot of the times when you're in sport. And it does come up a lot of times in just regular daily life. And aside from the physical benefits of actually getting strong through that full range of motion, it also comes with some mental benefits. You get used to being in those awkward positions and you get comfortable being in those awkward positions and you know that you have the strength to get out of them. The side bends not only strengthen your obliques and your transverse abdominis, but they also strengthen your quadratus lumborum. A lot of times when people think of core, they only think about your abs, your rectus abdominis, or your six-pack muscles, and they forget everything on the sides and even in the back. Your quadratus lumborum, or QL, is important for bringing your hips up to level or bringing your body back to neutral. And it can be a very helpful muscle in creating or resisting force. Now, I'm going to be a little bit biased and talk about lifting-related things because I participate in strength sports myself. Side bends are great for improving your main lifts like your squats, benches, snatches, clean and jerks, you name it. Just like with other sports, strength sports need you to be able to produce a lot of force and resist a lot of forces. So if your core is a little bit weak and you have a weak link, your movements aren't going to be as efficient. So if you have a really strong core, you can produce a lot more efficient of a movement and lift a lot more weight. And aside from just efficiency, it also helps with injury prevention or grinding through reps as well. That's because if you misgroove a little bit, your body's going to be used to getting into those awkward positions, and it's going to have the tissue tolerance and strength to withstand that awkward position a little bit better, as well as the strength to kind of grind back into position and then grind through the rep. If you think that just doing some side planks is going to help you with squatting 400 pounds or 500 pounds, and when you misgroove a little bit, you'll be able to bring it back into the middle, then you're gravely mistaken. If you want to be able to resist high forces and produce high forces, then you need to train with high forces. And that's why the heavy side bend is a great movement. Thanks for watching. Now go out there, train a little bit dirty, and become an absolute unit.